Yay Media Group.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS.
We need to talk about me. I'm out of control.
I could have told you that. Like, are you just figuring that out? I've known that for, golly, too many years, like 10 plus years.
Okay. So we have many issues to handle today.
I could have told you this was coming up. Is it about the house?
Yeah.
I knew. Travis and I called this weeks ago.
This is not a meet. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
So I walked into the house last night, and my contractor had been there all day, and I was kind of like, what is he doing? And then I just realized I was like, oh, he's going through my entire punch list like this week, which, I was going to try to phase out, but whatever, screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, that's going on. So then he sends me a text.
So what, do you have like no toilets or anything now? You're just going to be potty squatting? Like,
I don't even want to tell you.
No, tell me exactly.
So
what
we're
happens.
raising we're rebeaming the whole house pretty much.
Okay.
To raise all of my ceilings up. And we had just talked about that in concept. I didn't.
Oh my god!
But he just went ahead and did it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess. How much is that going to cost? I guess we'll figure that out later.
Oh.
But
we're going to drop Trey off at Harry Hines to be a male hooker to make money to do this. Yeah. He's a working man.
I have not a lick of drywall in my dining room, kitchen, or living room right now. I said, oh, okay.
And now you have no ceilings?
Yeah.
And he's moving in a week. This is fabulous.
Not a week, 4 days.
Oh, this is going to be, no worries. No worries.
No worries. So, that I was like, okay, great. But then I also discovered Stephanie and I's chat GPTs have different taste. Her chat GPT has been very used to the remodel that she is doing at her home, which is 90% Venetian plaster and way more expensive than what's going on over here. So when she sent me this wonderful rendering of a kitchen, I said, I love it. Let's do it. Send it to my contractor. I said, I want this exactly.
Which was a 10 out of 10
beautiful.
rendering. I mean,
beautiful.
I worked 30 minutes on that. I like you if I'm going to spend 30 minutes of my life.
It's stunning.
Making it perfect with ChatGPT. Yeah.
He sent me a photo this morning and he said, which color Venetian plaster do you want? I said, for what? And he said, your rendering has Venetian plaster. I said, where and how much? Because her house is going to be 90% Venetian plaster. Mine is going to be some Sherman-Williams finest.
So you're welcome. It was fabulous for a reason.
I was like, how much is it for just the vent hood to be Venetian plaster? Nothing else.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, this much. I said, that's approved.
Yes.
Nothing else.
The vent hood that I created is fabulous.
Yes. And here's what he said. He said, the Venetian plaster is not even the expensive part of the vent hood. I said, what is? He said, this brass trim that you have going around.
Fabulous. Can we please make this on our Instagram and put a picture of the rendering that I did? Because it'll blow you away. I mean,
it was beautiful.
I'm going to have people message me and say, this is my room, Stephanie. Can you have your very high maintenance chat GPT?
She has built her chat GPT brick by brick.
It is very special. This is what I did. I actually went in thinking that you guys were at first with my chat GPT with your house, I was like the very high elevated, like what you would see, like I was like, they like the colors of like
neutral earth tones.
I would say like Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
So I was like a high end like Ralph Lauren, like like it was, and then they just went a little too dark, which I was like, that makes sense because so then I was like, I like this, I don't like this. I changed and they did exactly what I wanted, and then I said I want lighter floors because I felt like anyways, what I ended up creating in the end was a masterpiece. So I understand. I was so excited to send it to Trey, and he said, I'm going to follow this exactly to a T.
And I am still doing that because my contractor was like, listen, the vent hood is like, it's kind of like your jewel of the kitchen. Mm-hmm. He's like, we really should spend money there and on the range. And I said, okay. And I said, by the way, what is the range that ranges cost? And we need to go look at ranges to determine whether we should do a colorful range.
Okay, so I know what I want for your house.
The rendering has a really pretty stainless steel with brass
Yes, that's
handles.
what I want.
But what if we did like a blue?
I mean, we could. I just feel like we could do
the
it.
Stainless steel was nice. So turns out ranges are like $8,000.
You know what I liked about the range that I chose for you specifically is I love like mixed metals.
I agree.
I don't think you should do. I mean, in our house that we're doing now, I will show Trey. I actually called you about all of our. I think I showed you all of our like faucetware and everything.
I love the mixed metals. And Zach's not on board with that. And I think he's just behind us.
We have like we have chrome, we have like bronze. We have like like the dark, like almost the black looking.
Like an aged brass.
Yes. Our house is not like one metal. I think it's really interesting and it elevates a space if done correctly. And I love a kitchen with mixed metals. I love a kitchen with like the gold and the silver, and a lot of people don't do it because I think people think you have to pick one. I don't believe that's the case. I
the
think
first person that I saw do that well was our friend Whitney.
Yes.
Her whole house, nothing matches. Not the hardware, not the lights, not the furniture.
It makes it more interesting.
So good. It looks so good. She still has, I think, just the coolest house. I don't know how to explain it to you unless you saw it, and you'll never see it because there's no photos of it anywhere. But it's so cool.
I told her, I said, girl, I would do a TikTok page or Instagram page of just your house and how you redid it and kind of tell people like what it looked like before, what your design was. Because she has no, design. Like she didn't go to school for design. She has no background in design, but she kind of gets design. And the only reason I get even an ounce of design is because I've hired just amazing designers, and you learn a lot if you work with them. You're like, oh, that makes sense, you know?
She really should, because she has, I mean, even her stuff, though, she's like, this table was $12,000, but this table was $38 at Home Goods. She's very good at mixing highs and lows and textures. And I need to just go like study her house. But that's my current situation is the remodel has begun more than I thought it was going to. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, great. And then
we could do a blue stove. I would just have to look at it. You know what we should do? We should go search for them. I still have that picture. I saved it. And then we should put it into my ChatGPT renderings. And then say,
how can we make this more expensive?
Yeah. And then say, like, show me a picture of what we have here, which is our goal, right? With this exact stove there. And then I'll pick out a stove, and then we'll say, and then show me a picture of this here with this stove Stephanie picked out. Like, because I think blue could be really cool. I just can't. I'm like that person. I have to put it in to visualize it.
It could be, but I definitely see what you're saying about the stainless steel with the brass.
I think it's just timeless. I really do. I feel like it's just very timeless, beautiful. And I think the kitchen I designed for you is very timeless. It doesn't feel like trendy. At all. It just feels like just very timeless and elevated. It's beautiful. I'm going to have him share this in our on our Instagram just so you guys can be in awe.
She's going to do a whole kitchen tour of the kitchen she designed when my kitchen's done.
You're going to be in awe. I love the floor colors. I loved everything. It was just so great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So is your guy loving it? Like
Yeah, he's just moving a little faster than I like was prepared for. Like yesterday he was like, hey, come over in like 20 minutes. I was like, okay. And he had like already mapped out the whole kitchen like on the floor.
And
the cabinetry guy was there. And he was like, do you want this or this? And I was like, yeah, whatever you think looks best.
No,
whatever
don't
looks
say
like
that. Don't say
I said,
that.
whatever looks like the photo.
Don't say whatever you think looks best. Don't give people too much. I wasn't
prepared for this today.
Okay, so I feel like we have to figure out our floors first.
That's
floor
happening
color
today.
first. So I need to come over. I can walk there.
Yeah.
I know how to walk there. It's like we live so close to each other. It's kind of stupid. And there was one other time in our life where we lived really close together. It was kind of stupid. Like literally he was around the corner and to the right. And like he would not tell me where he lived. It was a big secret. He did not want the kids and I didn't know where he lived. He lived in an apartment complex right by us. And he refused to let us know what apartment number he lived in. It was kind of rude.
No, and then she like tried to figure it out. She would like sit outside and wait.
Yeah, I was like, where is his car? I feel like you can really figure out where people live because they will always park their car in a very convenient place, right? So I would try to figure out where his car was. And then I realized, listen, I don't have time for this hoe if he's not going to tell me where he lives. But we live so close together, and I'm excited for this project.
Yep, me too.
I cannot wait. So I really did not realize that the hood that I gave you was Venetian plaster. I just knew I liked it, and that makes a lot of sense why I liked it so much.
Wow, stunning.
It's like, wow, it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
But it's going to be great.
Yes.
All right, we got to take a break real quick. We'll be right back.
So you never told me, does Zach like the rendering?
I don't know if I asked him.
You are literally redoing your kitchen?
I think he did.
Are we married or are you guys married? Because I literally was like, this is how I want my kitchen to look at your house. And then you're like, okay.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I don't know.
You really need to make sure Zach likes this.
I know I sent him the photo.
Did he respond?
I don't know. Well, he's going to love it. He's going to love it. I
swear. I swear. No, you have to show him.
I don't know if he. No, I showed him.
You need to talk. You need to ask him if he likes it.
If he didn't give me feedback, then that means he likes it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All he really cares about is the inserts, I think.
No, he's
I did to my contractor
man.
yesterday. I said, listen, all outlets are going under the cabinets.
Yes, that's a very important thing. Yes,
so we need
great.
The lighting to be right. Something we do need to choose is. The island, it's going to be like a waterfall.
Yes, which I love.
But the cabinets, we're going to do a contrasting color there.
Ooh, you know what? And did you not notice in my rendering,
There's a contrasting color.
Yes, I did that
but
dark
what color
blue.
is it? Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah, because that's what you said Zach wanted.
Yes.
So yes, I made sure I gave everybody what they wanted. I said, I need a little peekaboo of blue.
Yep, then we're going to let Zach pick the perfect blue.
Yeah, so that's why that was Zach's moment. And you didn't even notice it.
No. But that's great.
I thought of everything.
Yeah.
I really, yes.
Okay, speaking of outrageous spending, let's talk about Dorit Kemsley. And I feel like we're a few weeks late on this.
You know, we are. Yes. I have seen this all over TikTok, and then I have thoughts on this.
Do tell.
And maybe my thoughts are not going to be popular.
So if you're unaware, her and PK's finances became very public a few weeks ago when I guess the courts released how much money they each had. Dorit's making about $3 million a year.
Which, good job. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
But that's a lot of money to not be paying your mortgage.
Kind of separated out too?
Yes.
I swear to you, I forget what one of the things was like. Was it Cameo? What was it where she was making a crazy amount of money? Like $350 or something crazy.
I think it was Cameo.
Anyways, I'm like, that. Good for her. Good for her.
She's making about $1 million a year on the show.
Yeah, which is insane. Which is
right.
Great. Yeah.
PK is making right under $1 million a year.
So she's the breadwinner.
But he could be fluffing his books.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways that he could be running that.
Yeah, but
to where it doesn't look.
Uncle Sam will always come for you. Do not fluff your books. Like just pay.
No, but he might be like
pay what you need.
He might not be fully disclosing like businesses. That's only personal assets. So there might be businesses that he's actually running expenses through that we're not seeing, or stuff like that. But what it looks like is he is paying 90% of his money is going towards family expenses. I think it was like 8% of her money goes towards family. She spends $1 million a year on clothes.
I don't know how you do that. I'm going to be honest. Like I feel like I could try and still, I mean, Trey and I could give it our best shot. That's a lot of money to spend.
Give us an hour. You'll be impressed.
Here's the deal. If you're buying Birkin bags and stuff, I think it's much easier, but like on clothes, I'm going to say, I think she is an impeccable dresser. And I definitely have seen since they've gotten divorced, her tear down quite a bit. There was one season where, Trey and I know how much things cost, right? Like we are not fools. We're fools because we know how much things cost. Like Trey especially, like he will look at something and say, that's this and it costs this much. Like he knows, he's like Chat GPT of fashion. But the stuff that she was wearing was so expensive, like head to toe,
runway, Chanel.
Like insane, like not normal expensive.
No,
because I think a lot of times you can do like, one Chanel, one Chanel thing, but she was like head to toe.
What confuses me though is the access she has being in LA to fashion libraries.
Well, that's what I would do. I'm like, girl, I would
rent it.
Yes, I would literally go to that place that Trey and I went to, and what is that fashion library? Albright. I would go there And a lot of that stuff that she got, that she was wearing, I'm sure you could find amazing things at Albright. But I could see her spending that much and I think it's kind of, whenever you are known for something, you feel like you have to keep it up, right? Mm-hmm. So she kind of became known for her fashion. And I think that she felt like, this is who I am. Everyone's expecting this of me. I, have to be a certain way. I think she should be a little bit more like Erica. When Erica got divorced, she downsized. And I think that was smart. Dorit, I think she just needs to downsize and be like, this is not feasible for me anymore.
Erica rents her stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's smart. I mean, Lisa Rinna even, I remember whenever she was on an episode, because we used one of those places. Yes. I was like, oh, yes, I've used them before.
There was a custom Tom Ford suit that she was wearing. And I was like, I've seen that. And I think she mentioned it, like she rented it, like on the show.
And I think she got it from like Albright, if I'm not mistaken, which is fantastic. I don't know why. If I lived in Hollywood, I would never own clothes. I would literally just go to Albright. I would look amazing all the time and nobody would know that it was just all rented. And it's still expensive to rent, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than spending, $20,000 an outfit or whatever. But
I have a different theory on this. Maybe, do you think she was spending that money because this was like last year? Do you think she was spending that so that she had those assets that she was thinking later on I can sell, so that PK can't take this out of my account?
No, I think she was spending.
Or she's just.
No, I think it was
spending crazy.
I think it's probably how she's probably spent for a few years leading up to it, being on the show. And it's interesting because I will say I can put my little old me self in and say, since I've gotten off Housewives, since I moved homes, okay, whenever you're doing a show like that and your husband does pay for everything, which is kind of the case for me and I'm guessing for her, like PK, I mean, my money was fun money, right? And I invested a lot of my money because I've never been like a Dorit where I'm getting my hair and makeup done all the time and wearing, head to toe Chanel. But I also wasn't on Beverly Hills. So I never felt that kind of pressure. But even for me, I would find things in boxes that I never opened up. I mean, I really would. Like I found a balmain dress that Trey and we would always like be really great if there was a sale, if there was like a 70% off sale, like Saks or whatever. We
were some cheap hoes.
But we would buy stuff thinking, okay, I need 1,000,005 outfits. So let's
and
get
this is all on sale right now.
And everything's on sale. So let's just buy it. And then if I don't like it, I can just return it. And then, so there was this gold and black balmain dress and I must have bought it. I think it was too small because I think if I remember correctly, it fit tight. It fit a little tight. I think I was wanting to return it, but I was filming. So I just threw it in my closet because I had to make my house look clean.
There was a top you found the other day too, wasn't there?
So that's what I'm saying. So then this is like probably that balmain dress. I'm sure I got it for like, $1,200, $1,300 on sale, but it was probably a $4,000 dress, not on sale, right? And then just the other day in my closet, there's a box and it's from a store that is no longer, I believe, Intermix. I don't think Intermix has been around. Maybe it is still around. Is Intermix still around?
I don't think so.
But back in the day,
R.I.P. because they had great stuff.
They had great stuff. Back in the day, Intermix had great sales. The problem with Intermix sales was you could never return. So if you bought something and it did not fit you, you were stuck with it, which no matter how much something is, it's just like throwing money out the window, right? So I was like, what is this box? I thought it was something that just came in because our sweet Ron is still the man that takes care of our Mel. I don't know why our Mel is not transferred, but everything still goes to Ron and he's like the man that takes care of our Mel. So I had this box that I thought maybe Ron brought over, which was not the case. And Trey was there and I opened it and it was from Intermix. I was like, Intermix, that's so weird. It was this really cute pink one shoulder top that I
remember we bought that. We bought that for a confessional as an option because I remember it was fairly inexpensive.
Yeah. It was like a little drapey, cute.
But it was like, it would have fit the criteria for a confessional look.
Yeah. It was cute.
But yeah, that's the game.
So I opened the box. It's this pink outfit and I'm like, Intermix hasn't been around for a long time. I'm just opening this box for the very first time in my life, which is very sad. And then Trey's like, let me see the receipt. And it was from 2021. So I'm just saying, you buy a lot of crap.
Yeah, you do buy a lot of clothes.
A lot of crap.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break real quick. We'll be right back.
So my theory is yes, she has a spending problem that she's probably had for a while. Because I don't think Dorit season 1 was how she was in later seasons. I don't remember.
No, I think the pressure mounted as she continued doing the show. That became her thing.
And then you have Erica Jane. When she came in, she was like, she kind of upped the ante for everybody. I think every franchise.
Yeah. And she had unlimited resources. Yeah. So it was hard for everyone to keep up. But even she shifted as her finances shifted. And she has not missed a beat.
Yes, yes. But I think when she came out, everybody kind of felt the pressure of, oh my gosh, the audience really liked that she was so well put together, so then everybody kind of, I wish that didn't happen. Looking back, season 1, I felt like I was very true to myself and who I was. Like I wore Lululemon almost every day. And I kind of wish I would have been a little bit more that girl throughout my, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of looking back, I felt like who I was on the show clothing wise, not necessarily who I was. Like I really did not dress up hanging around my house. Like, let's be honest. Like this is me unless I'm going on date night or unless I'm going somewhere, And then I got really cheap and lazy and just wore a robe every time they had to do a home scene. Cause I was like, screw this. I can't afford this shit.
Or it was stuff that we had rented. They were like, hey, put that back on. And she was like, it's going to be a robe.
It's going to be a week. It's going to be a week. So I kind of get how just living in Dallas, you kind of felt that pressure, and we were a very different franchise. But I'm sure Beverly Hills, everything was glam, everything was over the top, everything was insane.
Y'all were very lifestyle porn, though. Like, I feel like they definitely pushed that with Dallas.
You know what they really pushed, which I thought was really interesting, and then I'll get back to Dorit, is they really pushed how somebody looked on our season, or on our show. Like, I remember somebody giving them names of people and like them looking at their pictures and them not thinking they were pretty enough to be in Dallas. Like, no, this isn't the look we're going for. So I felt like they were very much into like wanting everyone to be attractive, which I thought was really weird. Because I think some of the most iconic, best housewives don't necessarily have to look like a certain way. And I felt like that was an interesting thing where they were like, no, that's not the look we're going for. And I was like, huh? And it was like they wanted them, like this one girl was so freaking funny. And she had like, bright orange, crazy hair that stuck out. And she was just not like a typical person that you would think was just like typically a beautiful person per se. But I thought her personality made her really beautiful. I thought she was like the funniest, coolest chick. And I thought she would have been a great housewife. And I don't feel like they had that on every other franchise. But for Dallas, I think they kind of have what they want for every franchise. But they were like, no, we don't like, her look doesn't fit in with the rest of you guys. And I was like, that's interesting.
Which I feel like for some reason the cast got shit on with that. Like that everyone kind of fit the same mold, but that wasn't y'all. That was that was putting it together.
That also really isn't. Dallas is such a
very diverse,
like really cool. And this one person who she ended up passing away. Rest in peace.
Oh,
she was the funniest freaking person. I think she would have been like an absolute fan favorite because she was so funny and like very. Said things she probably shouldn't have said. You know what I'm saying?
Which is great TV.
Which is such great TV. Like she would come to charity events and like I would always want to sit by her because she was very entertaining. And then, I would be like, she was very off the wall humor, but I knew that she was trying to be funny. But I'd be like, hey, what are you doing? And she'd be like, oh, just waiting for my husband to kick the bucket or something stupid. I'm like, oh my God, like you can't believe she's saying this in the middle of a charity event, but she was funny. Everyone knew that she was just ridiculous, right? And I was like, she would be shocking and she said things in a way that was funny and not like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that, And her husband was kind of the same. They would have been a very good group. But I feel like Beverly Hills is very much about appearances and keeping up with, Beverly Hills is the Joneses, right? And Dorit, I think whenever you're used to spending and like that and looking a certain way, and that's kind of where people give you a lot of your value as being so fashion forward and like always looking amazing. and then you're going through something as painful as a divorce, which I don't really like seeing the clips I've seen, which I don't know if she really wanted to get a divorce. I think maybe she was kind of back and forth. And if
I don't think she did.
I think PK was probably pushing it more so than she was. And no matter who you are, you have vices, right? And I think whenever you're going through a depression or whenever you're going through a hard time, some people drink, some people do, some people shop, everybody has their thing, right? And I think hers was kind of spending. I think that's kind of where her self-esteem came from. And whenever your self-esteem's on the floor, you tend to overcompensate by doing other things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think she's going to get it together because she has to. But I don't think she was spending because she was, the most selfish, self-centered person in the world. I think she's spending because she's hurting and it's a way that she makes herself feel better. That's where her value lies. Yeah,
I just don't understand how you're making $3 million a year and you're not paying the mortgage to keep the roof over your kid's head.
Well, I think it was supposed to be him paying it.
It was.
But he's not going to. But also, if I were her, I would want to buy something that I could afford for my kids, that I feel good about, and that no man can take away from me,
Yeah. But then I would move out of it.
Yeah, but 100% I would move out of it.
She's still in it. And it's going to auction.
Yeah, maybe she's like, you know what, I'm going to live here for free as long as I can. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's a different way than I think I would be. And I don't know Dorit to save my life. Like, I really don't. But I think she's hurting and going through something. And I think that spending is outrageous. But I really believe she's going to get it together, because I think she has to. Like, you can't just keep doing that.
Well, thank God she makes the money she does.
Yeah, that's crazy. $3 million is insane, because there was a time when I was doing Housewives where I felt like I was making more than I could personally spend. I don't feel like that anymore. I'll tell you that much. I'm a baller on a budget. But it was kind of nice to feel like, okay, this is just, I have fun money out the wazoo,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we got to go.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast, and you can watch us on YouTube at We Could Host a BS. Bye.
Yay Media Group.